Good Saturday evening, South Mississippi. Meteorologist Taylor Graham here with your first alert forecast, joining you from the newsroom. Obviously, we did not have an early evening newscast tonight due to college football, but if you're a bit of an early bird ready to head off to bed, I've got the full forecast, the full details heading into our Thanksgiving holiday week, and we do have some much cooler weather on the way by the end of the week. But today it was warm, abnormally warm, and in fact, if temperatures in Gulfport and Biloxi don't continue to drop a little bit more over the next few hours, we could set some new record warm low temperatures for November 22nd. So the record warm low temperature, 68 in Biloxi, 69 in Gulfport. So far today, we have not even made it out of the 70s here at the station in Biloxi and in Gulfport at the airport. Now the catch though is right now in Gulfport we are sitting at 70. So if we do drop a few more degrees before we hit midnight, we're not going to be setting a new record warm low. As for Biloxi here at the station, we typically see a little bit more influence from the sound, so I would not be surprised if we do set a new record on that front. All that to say, it was warm and it was humid this morning. We did see more of that patchy fog, but tonight we have a cold front that's going to be moving through our area. Not an overly strong front, but it is going to be bringing with it some cooler and drier air, and tomorrow morning is going to have a bit more of a fall-like feel. Right now in Gulfport, we are sitting at 70. The wind is calm, humidity pretty high. Not only are dew points in the upper 60, but the relative humidity is above 90%. So it is a bit muggy outside, not really seeing any fog just yet. And as we get some drier air to move in by early Sunday morning, I'm not really expecting any fog. So temperatures overnight tonight are going to be dropping into the mid to upper 50s. Those of us on the coast will briefly drop down into the upper 50s. There's a small chance for a stray shower or two over the next 2 hours as that cold front progresses to the south, but many of us are going to stay dry. We will stay completely dry, it looks like, throughout the day on Sunday. And again, tomorrow morning should be feeling a little bit more refreshing, a little bit more fall-like. Now these temperatures, these low temperatures are still above normal for this time of the year, but it is going to be feeling more refreshing with that lower humidity or that drier air. So tomorrow morning on the coast, we are looking at lows in the upper 50s. Farther inland, you can expect temperatures mainly in the mid 50s. Not really seeing anything on first alert radar at this point. We did have a few stray showers passing by our inland areas a few hours ago, but it really looks like those have dissipated. So overall, our rain chances look very slim as this cold front continues to dive a little bit more to the south and east. Behind the front, we will see winds shifting more so out of the north and northwest, and that will usher in some of that drier air. We can see in Jackson, dew points are in the low 50s. Greenville, we have dew points in the 50s. Still pretty humid along the Gulf Coast, but that drier air will continue to move in overnight tonight. And temperature-wise, you can see some of those mid to upper 60s, not too far to our north. We're still holding on to the 70s for the time being, closer to the coast, but we will continue to cool down a decent amount as we get into Sunday morning. As for your marine forecast on Sunday, well, we are looking at winds mainly out of the north thanks to that cold front. A light chop expected. Overall, looks like tomorrow will be a pretty nice day to take the boat out if you have plans to do so. Rain is not going to be an issue tomorrow. On the other hand, we really do need more rain across the area, but for your weekend plans tomorrow, it is looking fantastic. Low tide will be happening throughout the morning, later for Bay St. Louis. High tide is expected very late tomorrow night, even overnight for Bay St. Louis, it looks like. And due to this warm weather that we've been having the past few days, the water temperature has increased into the low to mid 70s. But if we can hold out until Thanksgiving, things are going to be much, much cooler at that point. So dew points will continue to drop overnight tonight into Sunday morning. Waking up tomorrow morning, you're going to notice that it's going to feel more comfortable outside with those dew points in the 50s. Playing this out on Futurecast, it does show a little cloud cover maybe moving in from the north. Again, temperatures for the most part starting off in the mid to upper 50s. I do expect a good bit of sunshine tomorrow. I think Futurecast is underdoing our temperatures, to be honest, farther inland. I agree with what it's showing on the coast. I do expect temperatures on the coast tomorrow in the mid 70s, but I also expect our inland areas to be in the low to mid 70s as well. All in all, should be a really nice day. Monday morning, a little cooler, temperatures in the low to mid 50s to start off the day. And then by Monday afternoon, things are going to be warming back up into the mid to upper 70s. I got a little ahead of myself there. I'll go back and show you those temperatures Monday afternoon. Mainly mid to upper 70s a little more likely a bit farther inland. Could see maybe a stray shower. Even then, our rain chances on Monday are looking pretty slim. Now on Tuesday, as we start to see our next cold front get closer to us, we may be able to get a few more hit or miss showers and storms. Now, this does not look like it's going to be a complete washout on Tuesday. Some of these showers and thunderstorms may also linger into Wednesday morning, but even then, it does not look like a slam dunk in terms of getting some much needed rainfall here in South Mississippi. And by Thanksgiving, after this cold front completely pushes to the south and east, rain chances are going to be out of the forecast at that point. Same can be said for Black Friday. Now, on the other hand, that's great news if you're going to be traveling around here locally on Thanksgiving and Black Friday. I don't think the weather is going to be much of an issue. If you are traveling on Wednesday, just a heads up, it looks like more so in the morning we may be seeing a few showers, maybe a few thunderstorms, but even then it does not look like it's going to be a complete washout at this time. So in the upper levels, what we've got going on Monday, we're still seeing slight ridging taking place over the Gulf, but as we get into Wednesday and Thursday, we'll see a push of cooler air moving in from the north, and it's really going to be reinforced by Thursday and Friday. It will be a little bit cooler on Wednesday, but we're really going to notice it just in time for Thanksgiving. So your Thanksgiving forecast, wave goodbye to the 70s. We are going to be topping out in the mid 60s, it looks like, throughout the day on Thanksgiving. By dinner time on Thanksgiving, we're likely going to be in the 50s, and you can expect temperatures to continue to drop into the 40s overnight Thursday and into Friday. And I also want to point out too that the morning of Thanksgiving is looking pretty chilly with temperatures back into the mid 40s. So thanks to that cold front, that push of cool air, it is going to be significantly cooler by Thursday and Friday. But to be honest, it's going to be closer to normal for this time of the year. It's actually going to feel like Thanksgiving. Not only is it going to be cooler, it's also going to be drier. The humidity is going to be much lower. But Sunday and Monday, we are easily getting into the mid 70s. Tuesday is going to be one of the warmest days of the week. Could even see some low 80s a little bit farther inland. It's also going to be fairly humid on Tuesday. But then that cold front really does its trick, again, just in time for Thanksgiving. And we're really going to notice it during the mornings. Thursday, Friday morning, temperatures in the low to mid 40s. We're still going to be above freezing, not really expecting anything in the low 30s, but definitely expecting a chill in the air by the end of the week. But like I said, that's actually where we should be for this time of the year. That's considered a close to normal. Our normal low at the end of November, mid to upper 40. So it's actually going to be feeling like the holidays a little bit more by the end of the week, which I know a lot of people have been wanting. So there you go. Mother Nature is actually giving us a dose of some holiday-like weather by Thanksgiving and for Black Friday. And good news, if you are going to be traveling locally on Thanksgiving and Black Friday, I don't think the weather is going to be much of an issue. We are also winding down hurricane season. No shock there, no new development expected over the next 7 days. So it seems like hurricane season will be ending on a quiet note. A big drastic drop in our temperatures though. That's the main story for us by the middle of the week, just in time for Thanksgiving. Funny how that's going to work out this year. So tomorrow, beautiful day to be outside, warm, sunny, not as humid. Temperature starting off in the 50s. We're going to be back into the mid 70s by the afternoon. Still going to be pretty warm on Monday. We'll have to watch out for some showers and storms on Tuesday and Wednesday. If you're going to be traveling a little early for Thanksgiving, you may have to watch out for that. Wednesday morning, it's looking to be your better chance of seeing a few more showers on Wednesday, that is. And it will be a little bit cooler at that point. Not by much, but even Tuesday and Wednesday does not look like a total washout. So good news if you are traveling. We really do need more rain around the area. Just would not get your hopes up too high if you're one of those that have been doing maybe a little more rain dances. But Tuesday and Wednesday, thanks to those cold fronts, that's going to be your best chance of seeing a little wet weather. But Thursday, Friday, Thanksgiving and Black Friday, actually going to be feeling like it this year with high temperatures, only in the mid 60s. The humidity will be very low, and the mornings are going to be pretty chilly with those low temperatures back into the 40s. So time now is 8:26. We will be having our 10 o'clock newscast this evening on ABC and CBS, maybe running a little bit behind at times on ABC due to college football, but we will be going on after the football game. So we hope you can join us there for another look at your holiday forecast, plus all of the news going on in South Mississippi.